Hello, it's the 2nd of June and last night we had some seriously strong winds. When I come over to shut the allotment greenhouse up around 8:30, I opened the door and to my horror the wind had snapped the fleece. You may recall I had a fleece screen around the sweet corn and the celery. Well, the wind had snapped the fleece, the canes, off like a carrot at ground level, and the fleece was just flapping around. I was ready to look what had happened, but fortunately it all seems intact, so I did the wise thing and took it off completely, and thankfully it stood the night, so I'll just let you have a look at it now. Thankfully, as I say, there was no damage done, but it's a bit worrying when you see it flapping and flailing around in the wind, and everything in there seems to be okay. I have planted 3 Market-More cucumbers out and stuck them behind a sheet of little glass just to give them a bit of wind protection, and they're up against the perspex screen. What I've done when I planted them, I did put some mycorrhizal fungi in the bottom, so it'll be interesting to see how they fare against the one in the greenhouse border, which hasn't got anything in at all. This is a nice little bargain I picked up yesterday from B&Q, just having a mouse around. There's 24 strawberry plants there for a total cost of £3, and they're all in 3-inch pots with plenty of fruit on. One of the last plantings I've got in the beds now is I've got 5 outdoor tomatoes, Alicante I'm putting out. I've just had to clear this bed. Unfortunately there's about 3 or 4 quite large lettuce, and our fridge is full. I've asked around the plot, everybody else seems to have plenty of lettuce, so unfortunately I've had to pull them up and just leave them there. It's something I don't like doing, but that's the way it goes. These I'm going to be, say there's 5, I'm going to plant 3 along the edge of the scaffold and 2 at the front. I've made some more frames which is similar to the ones with the onion beds there, and what I've done, I've covered these ones in the scaffold debris netting, and it'll just offer a bit of protection for the 3 cucumber plants that's already there. You might notice there's a couple of sweet peas there as well, and the tomato plants are going to go in here. First I'm going to dress the soil, couple of soil with just a bit of fish blood and bowen. Now just give that a light raking. I've roughly spaced them out. They have been half sunk in the greenhouse border and started to throw roots out, so they've got quite a good root system on them, so I shouldn't think they'd take long to get going. What I do plan to do is add a bit of mycorrhizal fungi into the planting hole when I put them in. And there we have it, there's 5 planted now. Put the support canes in with some Velcro ties round. What I'll do now is just give them a drop of water and put the back panel on. In all the excitement of that strange thing appearing in the sky yesterday called the sun, I forgot to show you what had happened regarding the tomatoes. There's the cage, you can see what I've done with the debris netting over the top, and just popped a bit of glass at the side with a stick up just to hold it in. And there's the tomatoes. And packed a bit closer together than normally would do, but I say I've got plenty in the greenhouse, so this is just more or less a trial thing, really. I have popped 3 battens across the top just in case I want to put some fleece over, but hopefully we shouldn't have any need for that now. Another job I managed to do yesterday in the glorious sunshine was to eventually drain the tank and fit the support cross members at the back and front, and that seems to have done the trick. And the tank now is more or less full to the top. So that now has got 1,000 litres in, and it seems to have done the trick. If you look on the side here, I've put a few markers on. 1, there's 2, 1. And what these are, they're actually hour markers for filling the tank up. And you can see right near the top, 2 1/4. It actually took 2 1/4 hours to fill the tank up with 1,000 litres of water. Hopefully that should last me for a few weeks. Well, you may recall from my last video that I'd started the hanging baskets. With one thing and another, I'd moved off, so now I knew I want to get them done within the next couple of days, so I've picked them back up again. I was having to ferret round in the shed, and I found a little tool which I got made at work, which I now find very useful for sorting the hanging baskets out, the holes. Instead of cutting the squares out now, I put circular holes in with just a little slit. It gives a bit of flexibility. I'll just show you what I mean. Well, this is a basket liner with the positions marked out. What I've done, I've put the basket with the liner in and marked through the gaps of the rails, just put it on there. And the tool I'm using now is this, just a piece of stainless steel tube with the hole chamfered on the end to a fairly sharp point. The opposite end now has got an aluminium bung on, so you can get a fair tap with the hammer. And in true Blue Peter style, here's one we did earlier. As you can see, it's fairly neat. Just put a little slit in each side of the hole to give it a bit of flexibility, and it makes the plants push through more easily. This is just a normal 3x3 piece of timber, where I'm going to put the basket on the top there, put the punch on top of the hole, can lean over, give it a whack. There you have one hole in. And here we have the first crop of the strawberries, the first of many, I hope. Well, it's Saturday the 6th of June. I've been on the plot since 5:15 this morning, and it was beautiful. Since then we've had the 4 seasons, rain, everything. It's freezing cold, high winds. The sun seems to be coming out a bit now. So anyway, in the meantime, what I've done this morning, I've planted up another 3 baskets. And I've still got a couple of wall baskets to do, and maybe some more 18-inch. I don't know, it depends how much plants I've got left. But I'll just show you what I've done with the hanging baskets I've planted this morning. They're still 14-inch baskets, the same as the ones I did on the last video. And it's more or less the same variety of plants in it. I don't think there's anything different. I've got a couple of these half baskets which I fit on the wall of the conservatory. They're a bit hard to hold the basket while you're planting them up. You can't actually put them on the plastic ring like the baskets, so they're a half moon shape. So what I'm going to do is, I've got an old pallet here. I've marked the centres on, I'll put a few screws on and just hang them on there while I plant them up. I've offered the basket up and just marked where the fixing points are off the basket onto the frames here, and I'll just pop a few screws in to hook the basket on. There we have it. So that's the two wall baskets finally planted up there. I decided to bring the hanging baskets into the greenhouse in the garden overnight, just in case we had any visitors out of the allotment who took a fancy to them. Well, good morning. It's the 7th of June. Just popping up a hill because a couple of the plot holders have been away overnight. They just asked me to open the greenhouse door, let a bit of air in. I'm sure they won't mind you showing you inside. Nice sweet corn there, and the peppers, loads of tomatoes, and then cucumbers are just romping away there, look at that. Well, today is another milestone in the 2015 allotment calendar, because I'm going to do the first potato reveal. The variety Swift, and I think I planted them on the 1st of March, which I reckon is about 98, 99 days. So let's go and have a look, see how we get on. Doesn't seem a bad crop so far. The nice looking potatoes. So there's the first crop. Just put her in the scales and weigh them, and I'll let you know how we get on. Well, I've zeroed the scales with the colander on, put the potatoes in. I don't know if you can see that there. 1.851 pounds. What I've done with the potato bucket now is put the salt back in, added a bit of fish blood and bone, then I've just popped some sweet peas in and a few canes. Just looking on the to-do list, and one of the things that's been on there for an age has been the sorting the guttering out, so today I've decided to have a look at it. I've got a couple of pieces of thin aluminium and just bent them to the shape of the greenhouse, and I've managed to tuck them under with very little gapping. I've done a run-off check with the water and it's flowing in the right direction. I'll just take the sharp corners off here then, and then I'll fit a bit of guttering on. I've done the same the opposite side to the greenhouse, although you can't see because there's stuff in the way. And at the back end I'll just put a blanking plate right at the far end up there. I fixed the brackets to the greenhouse frame just by drilling a slot in the bracket and cable tying it to the greenhouse. Because it's not carrying any weight, that should be okay. This is the end stop that I made for the ends by the doors to get the flow just going down to the back of the greenhouse. And I'll probably end up just putting a bit of mastic inside there just to seal any gaps what's remaining. So this is the finished article now. I've put the downpipe on, the guttering. It's a nice little gentle slab going down there. I'll see to the other end. Just got to fit a downpipe on now for that to go into the water butt. Just while we're here, I've noticed today some of the iris on the fish ponds opened out and look really nice. Just let you have a quick look at them. It's just gone 7 o'clock on the 9th of June. Just coming up to open the greenhouse on the plot, and just look at that there. 3.3 degrees. Unbelievable overnight. It looks like most of the onions I'm going to have to write off this year. Very disappointed with them after a good start. There's still one or two okay, but the row of red baron have just disappeared to nowhere, so I think they'll be coming out. That's about it for this episode. Next weekend on Sunday, so we're due to get to Gardener's World, but in all honesty, I'll be taking my camera, but over the year, we've been going since the very first show, and over the years, it's actually turning more into the good food show, and the gardening side seems to be getting less and less. So, depending what we find when we get there this year, I may or may not film anyway. We'll see how it goes. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks again to all the new subscribers, because they keep coming from somewhere. I don't know where they're coming from, but thank you very much anyway, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.